Hi, this is Daniel, and this is my video response to the Diabetes TED Talk. I found the speaker's view very interesting. Growing up, I've seen commercials on TV that talks about people having type 2 diabetes and that it should always be prevented with diet and exercise, and that being obese or overweight would put you at risk for diabetes. But I hadn't thought that being being insulin resistant to be the cause of diabetes, be the cause of obesity and not the other way around. Because as a culture, people say, well, if you're obese, you're going to be diabetic, and then that's on you for not eating right. But it's the other way around, really, because according to this speaker, you're insulin resistant that causes you to be diabetic and obese, and that's not necessarily your fault. Because his hypothesis is in a lot of the foods we eat, there's refined grains and sugars and starches, and that when we eat those, the body tries to protect itself from all this excess glucose by becoming insulin resistant, and then that in turn drives the person to become obese and diabetic. And I think his hypothesis has merit. That seems like a logical explanation to me. It doesn't seem like obesity would be the cause of insulin resistance. Rather, it would be insulin resistance causes the obesity, given that there, as he said, he developed a type of metabolic disorder where he gained a lot of where he was insulin resistant and then gained a lot of weight, and he didn't gain a lot of weight and then become insulin resistant. It was the other way around. And I also think you made an important point that we need to, as a culture, not judge those who are diabetic or overweight or obese, because it might not be their fault, because the system has told them what they need to eat, but it might not have been doing the best job to have them avoid eating refined sugars. And I know personally I probably judged a few people who are overweight, obese, because I think, well, if they exercised and ate right, that wouldn't be a problem, but it's not necessarily their fault. The speaker thinks that we need to look more objectively and not just condemn people based on how they look. That we need to look at maybe the system that the medical community is putting out there to be flawed. And overall, I just think that as a community, we need to no longer just condemn people who are diabetic or obese as though that's a lifestyle disease. It's probably not their fault, and we need to look at the root of the cause.